Hey, I'm Matt Wazbinski in Ohio Stadium, and this is the Waz Report. O-H-I-O!
Hey guys, what's up? It is Friday, June the 6th, 2012. It's not June 6th, it's July 6th. Thank you, Brandon Party Cooper, for filling me in. The date is July, I almost said June again, July 7th. Dang it, what's today? July 6th. Today's date is July 6th of the year 2012, correct?
Correct.
Okay, we're good to go. Moving on. I hope you guys had a great July 4th. We had a blast up in Columbus, Ohio. It was one of the best fireworks shows that I've ever seen. We were up in Columbus recruiting for the Oak School of Leadership at National Bible Quiz. Good job to Kasie. Where were they from? Owasso, Oklahoma, for winning the national championship and talking really, really fast and knowing a lot of the Bible. Like, you guys are really, really scarily good at that. And I know scarily is probably not a word. That's okay. We are actually recording in Oklahoma. Kasie Todd, where in Oklahoma exactly are we?
Eufaula.
We are in Eufaula, Oklahoma. Last night we stopped in Springfield and caught up with some of Brandon's friends, and they were really great and just got to stay the night there. So cut the 17-hour trip in half, which was very, very needed. And now we are headed back to the grand old country of Texas. I'm actually posting last week's Waz Report today because I was having a little bit of trouble with YouTube because they wouldn't let me post a video over 10 minutes long. I think it's because I'm working on iMovie 09, but now YouTube doesn't have all those restrictions saying your video has to be less than 10 minutes. So it wouldn't let me post the video. I edited it down a little bit. So the top 10 Maroon 5 songs of all time should be up right now. If you guys know how to get around that, or just if I have to update my iMovie to get around limiting my videos to 10 minutes, that would be great. If you could just leave something in the comments down below or tweet me at DJ Waz explaining how I do that, because I have no idea how to do that. So help me out, that'd be great. Just gonna have a really quick show today, just talking about a few things. One, the All-Star game that's coming up for Major League Baseball. I'm super excited. I actually think they got the majority of the picks right. The only one I'm going to complain about for Detroit is Austin Jackson. I love Curtis Granderson, though, the guy who got picked over him. So that was a good pick, so I can't even hate on that for being selected. But the All-Star game is more about names than numbers. Everyone kind of knows that because of the fan vote. I think the American League staff is going to do a great job and hopefully win. So then if the Tigers ever decide to start winning more games, then when they get to the World Series, they'll be the home team. Next up, since we are in the car, by the way, I am driving with Bree, who is sitting next to me, but refuses to be on camera for some reason. That was her laughing. So that's the most you're gonna see of Bree, because she is just not down with being on the Waz Report. Apparently, she doesn't want my dozens and dozens of viewers to see her. Oh wait, she's talking. Never mind. Thought we had something there, guys. Maybe next time. Brandon is driving. He has been commanding this spaceship for a good several dozen hours total. So he is doing great. And we actually have a special guest today. One of my good friends is going to fill us in on the Olympics, which actually start on my birthday, July 27th, in London. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest commentator for the Waz Report, Kasie Todd.
And the crowd goes wild! Kasie! Hey, my name's Kasie. I'm here to give you guys a few updates on the Olympics. So there's 3 issues going on right now that seem to be pretty controversial, that are kind of on the edge of all the conversations that I've been hearing around. The first of those is that Oscar Pistorius, I don't know if you guys have heard him, he's known as the Blade Runner. is actually going to be competing in the Olympics for the South African team. Oscar Pistorius just so happens to be a paraplegic. Since he was 11 months, he has been a double amputee from the knees down, which means that he has synthetic legs, and he will be running in the Olympics and the Paralympics for the South African team. He seems to either have an advantage because his legs don't get tired, is one argument, or a disadvantage because, well, he doesn't have legs. He runs a 45.7. The world record is held by Michael Johnson from the USA at 43.18. So he runs a 45.07 compared to a 43.18. That's really good for the Olympic team. So give us your opinions on how you feel about Oscar Pistorius and how he does. And do you think he should compete or not? I know that, most teams are completely behind him for the fact that he's overcome so many odds as far as being a paraplegic and competing in the Olympics as a forerunner. He's not just competing, he has a chance to win this thing. The number one thing that he says is he's just so excited to be able to compete with his rival Usain Bolt from Jamaica, which brings us to our second point, because Usain Bolt, who usually is the front runner, the go-to guy for the Jamaican team, he got beat by his training partner, Johan Blake, twice. Once in the 100 meter, once in the 200 meter. He has been out in injury. He hasn't been able to compete in the last two meets he's supposed to be in, and he won't be able to compete again until the Olympic Games on July 27th. Is this the end of Usain Bolt? That is the question that is on the tip of everyone's tongue. Has he met his peak, or is he still in it to win it for this thing? And I don't think that we'll know the answer until we watch him compete in the Olympics in London. Okay, I'm going to stop and I'll start again. As far as the U.S., the most controversial thing right now for the U.S. is the girls' Olympic 100 meter dash. Geneva Tarmo actually gave up her spot, and it was shown that she had a dead tie with her training partner, Allison Felix. What that means is that they had to go to a tiebreaker. But as far as women's track, men's track, they don't have a tiebreak system in. What did they opt to do? Allow the players to vote whether they want to do a coin toss or a runoff. In my mind, you shouldn't be allowed to vote how you get to your place in the Olympics. You need to do a runoff, full blast, prove it. Geneva Tarmo was not okay with this. Why? Because she says that she deserved that spot fair and square, and they gave it to her and took it away. She quit. Article after article that I've read, it has her saying, hey, I didn't quit. Hey, I don't want to be called a quitter. I worked every day. I prepared physically. I prepared mentally. And the emotional roller coaster that the officials sent me on is not fair, that I deserve that spot fair and square. I feel like she quit. You can't emotionally handle that, then you don't deserve to be on that Olympic team, because you can't mentally handle being an all-star. No offense to Tarmo, she's a great runner, she's a great athlete, but I don't know that she has the professional mindset right now to compete in the Olympics. What are your opinions on the fact that Tarmo pulled out of the race? Do you think she quit, or do you think that she deserved that spot and she made the right choice by backing down? Thanks so much for having me. Shout out to Waz for letting me be here, and I'm super excited to see some of you guys' responses. Have a great day. See you later.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Waz Report. Thank you to Kasie Todd for filling us in on the Olympic trials and what's coming up with the Olympics. Thank you to Brandon and Bree for listening to Kasie and I talk to ourselves, and for not being driven too crazy by our need to talk to a camera. Be sure to check out last week's late post of my top 10 Maroon 5 songs. Be sure to check in every Monday to shatterthesubculture.wordpress.com for my written blogs. Another one will be up on Monday. I'm going to fall into a deep self-induced coma for the next 48 hours. Not do anything besides sleep and play video games and check Twitter. Anything that you want to say about the show, feel free to leave a comment down below. Tell us what you guys think about the Olympic trials, about all the controversies that are happening with them, and what you guys think about the All-Star Game. Do you like the All-Star Game? Do you like the picks? Do you think some people were snubbed? Either leave comments down below or tweet me at DJ Waz, #Waz Report. Once again, thank you to Kasie Todd. I'm Matt Wazbinski, and that's Waz Up.